This is Isaac Yom Tovian, otherwise known as Eshagh Yom Tovian, son of Abraham and Izzat, later on being known as son of the Abraham, the Johood. In 1948, I was born just a stone throw from Shah's palace in Tehran. At the age of 6, I attended the Muslim public school known as Shahriyar. And later on, I attended the Jewish public school known as Kurosh High School. At the age of 9, I started working for my father in his fabric store located in South Tehran, known as Darvaz Qazvin, the gates of Qazvin, which is the name of a city. This neighborhood, known for its drug dealers, hoodlums, prostitutes, as well as religious Muslim conservative families that could not afford homes in the northern or central part of Tehran. And many of these homes were occupied by clergymen with their wives and children. At the age of 13, I became a collector for my father. Since my father's fabric store was known to sell on credit, many of the families who could not afford to purchase fabric with cash, mainly South Tehran, they would purchase from my father fabric on credit, and I was the collector who would take myself with bicycle or motorcycle to their homes or places of business and would get paid weekly a partial payment. And that task took me to many neighborhoods south, east, and west of Tehran. Many of the homes were occupied by almost fanatic Muslims who would not allow their wives or daughters be seen by a Johood who was not mahram, and they had to be totally covered before they could give me their weekly payments. Many homes, after you would knock at the door, behind the door they had a curtain, and the wife of the home would pass the weekly payment, the cash, to me through the curtain, and I would get the money and would record the payment and would go to the next home. This experience of going to these neighborhoods hacked into my mind the entire thinking, characteristics, behavior of these Muslims who are now part of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Indeed, Narmak, what was a suburb of Tehran in East Tehran, that was the neighborhood of Ahmadinejad that later on became prime minister. And I used to go there and collect from those families as well. The other experience was the fact that took me to a city known Shahr No, the new city occupied by prostitutes mainly, and their hoodlums that would take care of them. When I would enter the gates of this city, the person or the prostitute, the madam that would take care of these prostitutes would yell, "The son of the Abraham, the Johood, is here to collect. Please bring all of your weekly payments to the door so I can pass to the son of the Abraham, the Johood." Astonishingly, I was being respected by these Muslims. Although I was Johood, although I was there to collect money from them, they would respect the fact that they should never induce me to touch or to become part of their prostitutional behavior. I became mahram, or trusted person, to the entire city of prostitutes, Shahr-e-No, such that with respect, every single one of them would pay me their partial weekly payments. It also, this experience of being a collector took me to nightclubs in South Tehran, especially around the neighborhood of the prostitutes. There were many nightclubs that would serve alcoholic drinks, and they would have music, dancing, and singing. When I would go to these nightclubs, the clients were 99.9%, sometimes 100%, were men drinking beer and other alcoholic drinks in groups and watching the dancer, listening to the music, and every so often there would be some fights going on. But when I would arrive there, the owner of the nightclub would give me a seat and would collect the money from those who owed us and bring it to me. I enjoyed going to these nightclubs since the music was the type that I liked. The shows were very interesting and exciting to a boy of 13, 14, or 15 years old. My experience with many of these clients and Muslims was not severely anti-Semitism. Many of them, they treated me well, but some of them, they hated the fact that they owed money to a Jew, and they hated the fact that a Jewish person had a store and was prosperous in their neighborhood, and that caused many hardship, pain, and sometimes terrible fights.